Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya avirmayedi rudro jatte dakshinang mukham te namang pahi nityam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. And evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are now back to the book, The Nectar of Supreme Knowledge, and we are making a synopsis to one step. We are synopsis of the chapters, what we have read, finished the 10 chapters, and we have made a synopsis of one. First chapter was the chapter Vairagya Prakaran. Vasishtha talks about detachment, renunciation. That's very important in spiritual journey. There is the whole universe is actually covered with that Brahman, but we don't see. We see the form and name, what has come due to Maya. So that was the first chapter, was focused on detach. What you see, it is not the truth. Don't get identified. Train your mind. Don't get identified. And that's called the Vairagya. Vairagya, monks take the path of Vairagya, means renunciation. Renounce, means detach. Detach from what? What is impermanent and attached to that which is permanent. Second chapter we have studied also, synopsis. We did the synopsis last class. That was the Jagat Mithatva Prakaran. Why shall I detach from the world? This Jagat is so beautiful. Why shall I detach? Because it's Mitha. It has no permanency. It only appears today one way, tomorrow another way. And it's changing its form, shape as the time passes. So no, this Jagat is not eternal. Jagat Mitha, the unreal nature of the universe. Universe is not real in the sense permanent, eternal, absolute. Nothing in the universe is permanent. So we have gone through that chapter. Today is our chapter, will be Tattva Jnana Prakarana, the chapter dealing with Tattva Jnana, knowledge of the truth. What is the knowledge? What is the true thing? If it is unreal, the world is universe is unreal. You are saying detach. Why detach? Because this world is unreal. Then what is will be our search? Search for Tattva Jnana. Search for the knowledge. That knowledge which will make you free from all bondage. That knowledge will make you liberated from all entanglements. That's why this third chapter today we are reading. It is Tattva Jnana Prakarana, or knowledge of the truth or self-knowledge. So it teaches us that Jagat Mithya is not a negative thing, but you get to the knowledge which is permanent, eternal, and that is the self-knowledge, or knowledge what is here. Know that truth. That is the knowledge, and not the knowledge of the world. That's why there's a difference between the science and spirituality. Science is also search for the truth. Spirituality is also search for the truth. Science tries to see through the external world the truth, what is behind. Search. But you go on in this search, you will never find the ultimate, because you are searching through the tools. Which are the tools? Your mind. That is a tool. That itself is not stable. That in itself is not clean and sharp enough. It is clouded sometimes, it is clean sometimes, it is angry sometimes, it is emotional sometimes, it is attached sometimes, it is. Uh, so all types of fluctuation. So you cannot expect to get something through the fluctuated mind to attain something. So therefore, no, the spirituality is to search the truth in yourself. And then when you go inside, then you see the same outside. So self-knowledge is the goal of life. So try to see the unreal nature, not to detach from the world, because just a fancy talk. No. But it is the search for the truth. Search for what is the ultimate truth that you have to look at. So this chapter, third chapter, deals with that. So knowledge of Brahman, which brings liberation while living here, that is the point. First verse emphasizes that. What is that? Only knowledge. Knowledge of the truth. What is truth? Truth means, definition of truth is not changing in the three phases of time: present, past, and future. If you can find anything which does not change, what was before, what is now, what will be there. If in the three states of time it does not change, then you can say it is truth. The truth is now this waking experience, this is truth. If I go to sleep, then nothing remains. And in between, if we dream, another world comes up, and that is real. So, is this real? Or is the dream experience real? Or the sleep experience real? What is real? So you cannot say it is real. One is just contradicting the other. One state is just opposing the other phase. Non-existence. Now dream is not there. Dream is dream. While I am dreaming, this world is not there. This is unreal for me. When I am sleeping, I am neither dreaming, neither sleeping, neither this waking state. Both are unreal. So that if you find something which remains the same when I am waking state, when I am dream state, when I am sleeping, and again 24 hours, day and night, month, years, all this pass, it does not change. That is the only knowledge. So that is described. So what is said, that the realization of oneness of the Brahman and Atman alone is like burning grass fire, which burns away all the latent desires of the worldly enjoyment. That is truly termed as samadhi, not merely abiding in silence. So, being silent or being just quiet does not make anyone spiritual. But only realizing the identity of this, what is the Atman and what is Brahman, and this identity. When that knowledge comes that I am not the body, I am the Atman, I am Brahman, that idea, it is like putting a matchstick to burn all the grass. And grass burns this visible universe. What is so real, it just turns into ashes. So there is no reality at all. So the first verse is emphasizing Tattva Atma Buddha Eva Eka. Only one experience, only one knowledge. What is that knowledge? Tattva Buddha. The Buddha, the experience of the truth, Tattva. And only one, that is only can destroy our sarvasa trino pavaka. So all desires, all cravings of this, seeing this universe of name and form can go away. That is called samadhi shabdena. This page 109 on chapter 3. So it says that is the only thing that you can call samadhi, That is a state of perfect peace, and that is the state of identification of yourself with the divine self. Your consciousness, cosmic consciousness, individual consciousness merging into the cosmic consciousness. So that is the only truth which can be thought about permanent. Otherwise, whatever you are seeing is impermanent. You keep it open. No, go and keep it open. That's now, second verse says, perpetual bliss can be attained through knowledge of the oneness between the self and that is it. Where will you get perpetual peace? Perpetual happiness. That is called God. That is called realization. So that realization, what we are seeking for, we know. Temporary happiness, temporary joy, we know. We can get it to the world by eating, by sleeping, by seeing something nice, by tasting something, touching something, but hearing something. But these are all a flickering light, as it were. It comes and goes away. But that which is perpetual, which will never go, there is no rise and fall, there is no ups and downs. So that is called that knowledge is the permanent knowledge, perpetual, and that bliss can come out of that. So one should think, the second verse says on page 112, this entire visible universe is consciousness itself. So what we have to do, think from morning till night that this whole world I see, it is only manifestation of consciousness or blissfulness. It is only bliss manifesting in name and form. And one who being calm remains established in Brahman alone with this type of thought is indeed happy. And understand, who is the happy guy in this world? Who can remain in the consciousness of Atman, Brahman, unchanging reality. He is the only happy person. Who is just going through one object and trying to find joy there. And then, like a example of the bird, two birds sitting up, and one is the calm sitting, and another is picking this sweet fruit and sour fruit. When we get it, this is not the permanent joy. So this is a restless situation of mind. Therefore, you want to be sukhi, Brahma Kavacha Sukhi Bhava. So that is the Brahma Kavach, as if you are wearing an amulet, which gives you the vision of perpetual joy. But otherwise, it is always changeful. So be calm. So you want to be calm, you want to rest. Where will you rest? Rest in your that peaceful state where you have no craving to go for picking here and picking there and picking there. Our whole life is a miserable life, because we are trying to pick something from this world which it cannot give. So, third verse says that the cool-hearted yogi, who is like a full moon, always takes refuge and remain in the state of Brahman, which is beyond all states. He is Supreme Ishvara. So what it says, that who will be in peace? You have to be a yogi. Who is a yogi? Yoga means union. Who is united? Who is united is like a full moon. Always takes refuge. Where? And remain in the state of Brahman. That consciousness. I am Brahman. I am the infinite ocean of joy. I am that peace absolute. Remaining in that, not in this world of name and form, which is always changing and moving. Fourth verse says on page 414, he who meditates in his heart upon the truth of the Upanishadic Brahman never gets overwhelmed by any type of the worldly suffering and always remains free from anxiety and excitement. So who can find the truth? Here is a direct instruction from Vasishtha, the Guru. He says, He who meditates, he or she, who meditates in his or her heart upon the truth of the Upanishadic Brahman. What is Upanishadic Brahman? O Upanishadic Brahman. What is that? Brahmo Upanishadan Sattattam. What is Brahma Upanishad? Upanishad declares that Brahman, that absolute, unchanging, limitless, beginningless, timeless, spaceless, nanta pragam na bahi pragam na ubhayato pragam na pragam. So all types of opposites are perfectly balanced there. That is called Brahman in the Upanishad. It has been mentioned. So bhavayan, you have to think of that truth, that is the only truth. Whatever I am seeing, it is only because of my mind, and I'm getting attached or getting affected by it or finding the repercussion of it, loving it. This is all a play of my ignorance, and there is no joy in it. It does not need to prove anyone that the search towards the world and finding joy in the world, it's like a catching the horizon. You move.
Trying to catch a shadow.
Or catch a shadow. Or try to move to hold the horizon. You see the horizon is gone further. There is no such thing at all. So it looks like that. So the path is that you have to learn to meditate. That's the instruction. Vedanta teaching that not only superficial discussion, not thinking, this is I am seeing daytime, that's why it is so, nighttime. If I sleep even here, I will not see anything. I may be in India, or I may be gone to Utah, or I may be moving in the New York street. It may be different. But this is true or that is true. This is not true, that is not true. So how much we analyze is not the point. Contemplate positively that I am the Atman. This is the negative and positive thing. We are reading in the Bhakti Sutra also. Negative and positive way. Sangat Tyagat, Vishayat Tyagat. Denounce the Vishaya and also denounce the Sangha, association. So when we do this, it is a very important thing. Mere analyzing in the brain is good. It can pave the way to realization. But it is not perfectly the path. Path should be to dive deep into it. Meditate. Meditate on what? Meditate on the light inside. Meditate on that effulgent self which permeates everywhere and nothing else, that oneness of everything. Everything melts down into that blissful Satchidananda. Meditate on that. That is the emphasis. Brahma Upanishadang Tattang, the truth, which has been mentioned as Brahman in the Upanishad. Yo Antara Atmana, who is thinking in the innermost recess of the heart, putting the feeling in inside, and na udbegi, na chatustatma. He is neither excited, getting anything in the world, or not depressed because something has happened. Because it is not there. A momentary reaction may come. But in that real person who is in peaceful mood, he will not be affected by this. He will be meditating on that unchanging tustarna sangsarena abo sidati. He does not get drowned into the world and worldliness. He remains with the full knowledge that these are coming and going, popping up and coming. Like you go to the movie, you do not know what is the next scene is coming. But one scene is coming, another scene is going, another coming, another going, no? But you are the person watching all the time. You are true. These are all false. Similarly, the entire universe in which we are staying day and night, it is just one sin comes, another sin comes. As I say, our life is like that. Life is like a train journey, as I always give the example. You are making a train to Chicago, man. So it will take long time. And in your train journey, and you are sitting, eating, you are seeing the scenery. Some friend comes, with the angry guy came and got into hot discussion, and you get your your head got heated, and then you get into fight, and his destination comes, he goes away. Again, your journey is continuing. Someone comes with a sweet face, and you have a good friendship with him, and aha, hoo, 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 hoo. The time comes, he also goes down, or you go down. So this is life's journey going on. But we pay too much attention to the petty things which comes in the journey of life. But this Upanishad is saying, don't pay. These are all momentary ripples and waves coming just in your journey. Just take it that way. Let it come, let it go. Let it come, let it go. That's called the detached attitude. And with that, you don't be uddegi. You don't feel anxiety. Don't feel anxiety. Oh, what will happen? I have my friend. I have lost my friend. Who is your friend? There is no friend in your life. When you were born, who was your friend? A baby. Who is the friend of the baby? We create mother. No, baby does not know mother even. Baby, he is his own world. No, no one was. And when he die, who is going with us? Ha 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 ha! I love you. I cannot live without you. Hey. How much you love or how much you hate. You have to go alone in your journey. সব চালাকি চলবে না. No tricky thing will play any role there. So not be very satisfied here in the world. Don't miss this game. This is just to see there is something may make you happy. There will come something unhappy. But you just move on, and just as it has come, accept, get out. Focus on the Atman, which is unchanging, which is all full of bliss. So this is the teaching of the Upanishad, and you have to follow that. And he has explained that two types of suffering we face because of our own karma, and then another is our moho, delusion. See, karmaja means, suppose you are doing some work and as a result you get that good or bad experience. Or moho, there is nothing, but you are attached, and that attachment is causing you all suffering. If you detach mentally, nothing. So this is the two types of suffering, karmaja and mohaja. Karmaja, you cannot do anything. My past life, what have I done? So my journey will take me in that way. No? You are sitting in the train. Who will come next time? This guy will go down and another guy will come. You do not know anything. It is in a cosmic plan. Arranged that way. Your karma, another person's karma has connected or disconnected. No? So this is karmaja. We have to go through karmaja, suffering, whatever comes. Or karmaja, happiness. No? You sometimes you don't do anything, you get a good meal, you get a good feast, you get good sweets. Suddenly you get, this is a karmaja. You got a good karma, you got a good sweet today. You didn't plan, you didn't expect, but you go and you eat, and there is, in that plate you find, oh, there is some sweet. It is karmaja. It's suffering also karmaja. We cannot do anything. It comes because of our past karma. And joy also, that is karma. But mohaja, that is our new creation. I want this. I won't leave it, how much it needs. Whatever you see, all Vedanta becomes ashes. My attachment remains. I want it. That's called the moha, delusion. That is the thing what we have to work on it. How will you work on that? To think of this Atman. Why I am getting attached? I should be attached to the whole world. Because behind the world is my Satchidananda Atman. Ananda. Ananda is behind that. In that sense, I will be attached. Otherwise, if I attach to anything else, that is the world. Nonsense. Bitterness. So that is the suggestion. Fifth verse on the page 117 says, as birds and animals do not take shelter in a mountain engulfed in a wildfire, similarly faults like lust and the like never touch the knower of Brahman. No? So those who are purified souls, they remain in the world, but they don't get affected by that, because their experience has come. This is the whole world. There is no world, it is Satchidananda. We are seeing ocean, but we are focusing on the ripples and names and forms. When I am seeing the ripple, I don't recognize it is ocean. But when knowledge comes, he sees that it is only ocean. My love with ocean. I am ocean, and I love my ocean as I am dealing in the day-to-day transaction. So, as birds and animals, they do not take shelter in a mountain. Actually, one mountain is engulfed in fire. What happens when the fire starts? We see the birds fly away first. So, similarly, all the faulty things in our heart, lust, greed, anger, aversion, attachment, all these things will fly away, will never touch the knower of Brahman, because he does not get affected by it, because that which affects is the karmaja and mohaja. Karma and moha, delusion. But he has transcended both by seeing that everywhere is the Atman. So if it is everywhere Atman, where to go away? And whom to love? If the entire building belongs to me, I will not try to steal this cushion, or grab this microphone, or go to steal something and put it there. Because everything is mine. So when I know that I am that consciousness, I am everywhere. So what to lose, what to gain? Why you do anything? What to hate? Whom to hate? Only Ditya Dvai Bhayang Bhavati, Upanishad says, all fear comes, all our excitement comes, because Ditya. I am separate, you are separate. So I will have to have your help. You need my help. I am suffering because of you. You are suffering because of me. All these talks because of duality. But if Vedanta here highest truth, know that you are not the body. Body is making you separate. Mind is making you separate. Your emotions are creating this delusion. Your intellectual understanding is creating trouble. You are not that. You are the Atman. So meditate on that. And that will, in that way, all the sufferings or the joys is opposite, will come but will not have any effect. They have given the example like a roasted seed. It does not make any germination. If you keep two, the seeds may look the same, whether it is roasted or it is not, it is a fresh. Outwardly it will look the same. The person looks the same. The man of illumination before and after apparently looks the same guy. But his internal structure, everything have changed. So what is that? That is like a roasted. It does not create any more attachment. It does not create any more shoot. When it is roasted seed, it does not create anything. It cannot sprout, it cannot become a plant, it cannot become a tree, no? So this will not germinate into anything. The knower of Brahman will be living in the freedom. 6th verse says, what happens If one attains to this knowledge, ashantaiva shantopi kopayanti param naram, to test the result achieved due to his own karma and noble qualities, the saints even provoke anger in others just to like an ordinary people. That means, see, they show their how much they have control over their balance of anger or its opposite of. So how much control he have? Sometimes he lives in the world and instigates other people to react, to see his own reaction. So he says, to test the result achieved, how much spirituality I have attained, how much oneness I have attained, to test that due to his own karma and noble qualities. That means karma, noble qualities mean what he has, good meditation and practice he has done. Even the saints provoke anger in others. So they create such behavior that people may be angry with him, and he then how he can keep the balance in the mind. 7th verse on page 121. After mistaking the rope for snake, even when the knowledge that snake is a delusion, not real, dawns, the fear, the trembling, and so forth caused by the delusion, the vision of the snake does not go away instantly. No? Suppose you mistake a rope, but you thought it is snake. Even so long you are mistaken and you have trampled over the rope, that the reaction, what happens, it's spontaneous. You will be frightened, your heart will be beating first. But even if you bring the flashlight and see it is rope, the heartbeat does not stop so quickly. Heartbeat does not become normal so quickly. The excitement remains, continues. No? So this is the point, that after mistaking the rope of a snake, even when the knowledge that it is not a snake but a delusion, it is only a rope, dawns, the fear, what you got it, the fear, the trembling condition, etc., of that delusional snake does not go away, but it goes gradually. In the same manner, though ignorance is totally destroyed by the knowledge of the truth, the delusional activities like lust and so forth of that obscure ignorance do not suddenly cease to exist. That's why we find that the realized soul also gets angry. We find that sage, what is called? Durvasa. He is so angry. Anyone comes in front of him, he will curse him, and he will get the bad effect of that curse. Why he is angry? Many people say, he is a sadhu and he is angry. Yes, for us anger is bad. But a realized soul may be angry, but it does not affect them. Anger, like a trembling of the heart. No, you see something fearful. Someone comes in a gun. For example, someone comes with a gun in hand in front of a person who is spiritually illumined. Suddenly, instantly, you have a reaction. That may be reaction, no? But it will go away quickly. But initial reaction will be there. It does not mean that he has not the knowledge. These are the reflex action we call. These reflex actions are but common, but his inner tranquility, he will go back to his consciousness soon, not affected.
So they can feel like that messenger from the
Yeah. And now we have talked many things here. So we have to cover, so I will pass quick because we will have to cover 25 verses. So now, 8th verse on page 127. As the stainless and transparent crystal does not get stained with the reflection of any color, similarly the mind of the knower of truth does not get stained with the results of his own actions. No? And they live in the world, but nothing disturbs them. They remain in their perfect calmness, in their own self. No? We carry that. If something happens today, I will carry for 10 years. You said that. I know what you do. I remember all those things, but not remember God. But a Brahmajnani, it will be like that, like they will also react. Immediately reaction will happen. But that will be like a reflection in a mirror. Mirror does not keep any impression. No? You stand before the mirror gives you a reflection. You put a glass, it gives the glass reflection. But take away, there is no glass. So their mind is so pure. Things come and go. They are not affected by anything.
But remembering is not like moving. That's why Sri Ramakrishna is also remembering that how they are detailed.
But that remembering is not the question. True, you are right. Remembering may happen, but not like us. We remember with vengeance. We remember with anger. They don't do that. They as a statement, they say, oh, one time it happened. It's a fun. It is a joy. They know they are not affected by that. But we react heavily. I know, because of that you did that. I can't go on fighting. Do like that. So this is the reaction. That is the difference. Reaction will be there. This is the subject we are talking about. Brahmajnani and an ordinary person, apparent reaction will be there. But one carries that reaction all through the life and creates anger and frustration and vengeance, etc. But the Brahmajnani, it is like a mirror. It saw that moment something happened, next moment is gone. Even if they remember, they have no reaction for that. But ordinary people will have reactions. And that is their suffering, that is their bondage. So he says that as a stainless and transparent crystal does not get stained. Suppose here is a crystal and you bring a red flower, it becomes red. You bring some other color, it becomes so. But really the crystal has become red? No, it remains its own stainless state. You take away, it's gone. But we carry some photographic thing. Ramakrishna said, during those days, on the glass there was some chemicals they used to put. No, as a result, the photo was retained into that. Our earlier days of photography. So here it is. Any impression, all are here and going to subconscious. And when the opportunity comes, a volatile things come up like a spring and destroys the peace of the person. Every day it is happening, 1,000 times it is happening. But Brahmajnanis, no. It will have no impact. 9th verse, the knower of truth, though experiencing the sense objects with the help of external organs, these external organs, eyes, ears, nose, these are external organs. Though a Brahmajnani is experiencing the same. He is eating rasagulla, you are eating rasagulla. You are eating ice cream and Brahmajnani is also eating ice cream. Brahmajnani will also say, ah ha ha ha. And you will also say, ah ha ha ha. But your ah ha ha and his ah ha is different. He does not retain any ah ha ha inside. For the moment, like a child, they enjoy and get out. That does not bind them back into attachment. But it brings us attachment. If I say aha, then I want second time, third time, times and times. And it gets more. It's like a sanskara, deep-rooted scratch in the brain. They say you thought is like makes a deep mark in the brain so that it becomes spontaneous, sanskara. That's why it is said, what is the sign of your growth in spiritual life? Yes, you have some reaction, do something, but it does not make a mark, deep mark in your mind. Just try to get out of it. Don't make it deep. Deep is only God. Deep mark should be only Brahman. I am Atman, I am Brahman. Otherwise, it is danger, whatever you do. So, the knower of the truth, though experiencing the sense objects with the help of the external organs, always remains introverted and absorbed in the self. Therefore, he appears to be withdrawn like a sleepy person. That's why you will find high spiritual people sometimes remain in their mood. We call he is in the mood. That means he is like sleepy. Our Gita says he is sleepy. Sleepy for what? For the worldly things. No. And they are awake in the spiritual thing. Swami Shantananda Maharaj, Holy Mother's disciple, most of the time he is so old, and then his health was not so good. So you'll find that he asks you to read the gospel. So you are reading gospel, and you will find that as if he's sleeping. You make one mistake anywhere. Hey, what did you read? Huh? He has read gospel in such a way that means the mind is so absorbed in the reading and its content that any minor mistake, he immediately catches that guy, the wrong reading. So they are awake in the consciousness of the God and does not sleep outside who is coming, who is going, who is standing, who says something else. Mind is not there. Like a sleepy person, as if tired of the worldly afflictions. 10th verse. Due to their firm understanding established on the non-dual truth, the total destruction of their cognition of the reality in the dualistic objects, the knower of truth performs all actions realizing this worldless dream. That's the difference. We work in this world knowing that world is true. I'll have to change it. I'll have to do this. I'll have to correct it. This is my responsibility. Brahmagyani will do things. It's like a dream. I need to do. That's all. That's all. Ramakrishna, Vivekananda said, he was so much encouraging everyone to be perfect and this and that. From the highest standpoint, he says, it is dog's tail. How much you want to straighten it, it will be like that. You make your way out. You realize God and be free. Don't want to change the whole world. Change yourself. It is for your good it is happening. For your spiritual growth. If you don't take that, it's nothing. It is worthless space, spoiling the time and energy. It should be understood that whatever is happening in my life, it is for my spiritual growth. They take it in this way. That it is like a dream. So they have the understanding and that non-dual truth is there. And the cognition of the reality of the dualistic, this universe, we are cognizing them. The knower of truth performs all actions according to the situation. No? Vivekananda roamed around the whole world. Brahmananda established Ramakrishna Math, being the president, moving to South India, Bhubaneswar, and this and that. All activities are being done. Interacting with people, scolding somebody, somebody blessing somebody. All activities. What they know. It is happening. They are the dream. Like us. When you are in dream, you forget everything. Not dream. You are observing your dream. Yes, I am aware that I am dreaming. They are aware that it's a dream going on. I am that consciousness, unchanged. 11th verse says that just as gold never gets stained by being in mud, similarly the wise one remains untarnished, whether he dies today or his body remains for aeons, for a longer period. So if you keep gold in the mud, then you bring out and wash it. Gold remains gold. Gold does not change. It does not get stained. So Brahmagyani, the knower of truth, whether he remains in the world or in the deep forest or in a monastery or in the hustle and bustle of life or even the very bad environment, they don't get stained. This gold remains gold. So, spiritual people who have the inner eye opened, wherever they remain, say Swami Vivekananda, walking in the path of Cairo, and then suddenly, with so many lady devotees were, and they are unmindful and talking and came to a very bad place, and where prostitutes are half naked prostitutes are, and they are very ashamed. The ladies were very ashamed, but and they are beckoning Swamiji, and they went. Swamiji went straight to them and stood before them, and tears started rolling down. He said, they are all divine, spark of divine mother, but they do not know. For little money or little other pleasure, they have drowned themselves into this. He felt the compassion, the divine mother's suffering in standing before the prostitutes, half-naked prostitutes. See, Brahmajnani is not affected. That is the power of Brahmajnana. Where other people will be lustful or their mind will be disturbed and distracted. But Brahmajnani, par excellence, they remaining in that state, their mind is unaffected. Ramakrishna, one day going to Calcutta, his car was going through a prostitute's corner. I do not know how the car driver was taking him in that way. But when he saw, he saluted everyone. Oh, Ma Anandamai. Oh, Mother Anandamai. You are all Anandamai. You are this deity we worship, who is full of bliss. Oh, Mother Anandamai. You are in this form. Take my salutation. So, Brahmajnani does not get affected, which we cannot believe it. So, that is the benefit, is the glory of Brahmajnana. So, Adaiva Maranang Vastu, you die now or you die after 100 years, Tajga, the knower of that truth, Kalankang na apnoti. And they don't get stained by any type of dirt and dust, like hema, like gold, kept in the mud. It does not affect the gold. 12th verse on page 131. Wherever the wise one gives up his body, এখন this person, ordinary people, when dying, there is auspicious time. This is a good time. He will go in the path of light. He will go in the path of darkness. All these formulas are there. But a Brahmajnani, if you have that wisdom, you die anywhere. Matters little. You die in a temple or you die in the street. Some Brahmajnanis may be in the Himalayas somewhere, no one knows when their body is gone. They will be, here is this inauspicious place, no one was around. Maybe his body is found after 5 days. So, what will happen to him? Nothing will happen. It's the body. He always discarded that body beforehand. So, it is nothing to touch their spirituality. So, it says just wherever the wise one gives up his body, be it in the holy land of Varanasi or the home of the outcast, he becomes free of the subtle body at the very moment attainment of the knowledge. So whenever he has attained the knowledge, he is free. 13th verse on page 133. O Rama, to a person who is free from thirst for desire, this huge universe seems to be a small place like that of a hoof print of a cow. This world is so frightening to us, so big. Oh my God, my financial condition, my health condition, my relationship, my this, my that. I am crushed by the wheel of this worldly suffering. All these seems nothing to a knower of Brahman. Like a small pool where hoof print, when the cows go and put their leg there in the mud, it makes a little spot, drown, and you can find little water there. So, are you frightened? How I will cross this water? Means insignificant. The world is fear, its loss, its gain, all meaningless, useless, like the hoof print of a cow. The very lofty mountain Meru appears as a mere pillar. Vast sky is like space within a ring hole. Eh? That means everything, meaning everything is nothing in comparison to that wisdom, what you get it. 14 verse says, then 135 page, the man of wisdom, due to lack of desire for any sense object, is internally and externally empty. That means they have no craving. It's all clean. Empty here means clean of all dust and dirt, internally and externally. Like an empty pitcher placed in a space. Huh? So empty is only space is inside, space is outside. Huh? Not any other material object of garbage, of happiness, pleasure, pain, misery, past karma, good karma, bad karma, life after life karmas, pool, all are gone. He is always totally full within and without, like a pitcher immersed in the ocean. 15th verse, he is called liberated, in whom mind and feeling of dislikes and dislike upon seeing any object does not arise, who remains asleep while engaged in action, being free from ego. So they are egoless. So when they are acting, as if they are not involved. And when they have no likes and dislikes. 16th verse, the Jivan Mukta, a liberated person, is free from ego, free from all doubts. There is no doubt. Two things, doubt and fear, goes away for a liberated soul. Though he appears as resting and withdrawn person, yet his heart is full of natural light of knowledge, and he remains calm and unattached like a lamp in a picture. So he's always calm, he's always full, always peaceful. 17. Page 139. One who remains unworried, giving up all desires arising out of ego, and sportingly being freed from any object of thought, is verily Jivan. Who is a knower of truth? Who is a person is not worried about anything, and is no desire which arises out of ego, is free from any thought of any object. That means he is Lokavasana, the worldly desire, Sastra Vasana, all these bondage are gone. Perfect person goes beyond all this. Knowledge self cannot be at influence of the desire of the company of the people, the passion for too much study of scriptures, and the desire to keep bodily beauty. Desire of the only obstacle. So it says that Lokavasana, they have no desire to be popular among people. There is no scriptural reading. I'll be very eludiate, Pandit, knower of truth. I have so much knowledge. Dehovasana, the desire to keep the body beautiful, nice, and good looking. These desires are gone. Therefore, 18 verse says, therefore, he who renounces the association of the friends from a distance, those who are friends in the world, they are not the friends. Those who are realized soul, they are our friends. So this realized person will, so-called friend, they will be away from that. That's why they become isolated. Spiritual people isolate themselves from worldly people. So he who renounces the association of friends, like a blind person, fears public association, considers sense enjoyments and diseases as same. That's a disease. Sense enjoyment is a disease. Looks with disgust like a condemned straw upon those who run lustfully after women and men, and maintains the same mental attitude towards friend and enemy. That extremely wise one is capable of enjoying the bliss. Who can do? That means all equanimity in the heart. There is no attachment, there is no detachment, there is no anger, there is no aversion. Just a peaceful person. Nothing affects the person inside. Things happen, but he is unattached to everything. 19. It says that tranquil-hearted person who remains pure and unattached like the sky, by totally renouncing an understanding of the reality of all visible objects, is called a Jivan Mukta. That's why we have read it, the person of tranquility, who has like a sky. Sky is unaffected, no? How much fire work starts here, or bonfire starts, earthquake happen, or say war starts with big wars and atomic explosion. The sky remains the same. It has unattached. In it, everything happening, but the sky remains undisturbed. Therefore, 20th verse says on page 144, the person of wisdom with mind that is bereft of the thirst for sense object is noble-hearted and free in every way, no matter whether he performs any work or practice samadhi and the like. Whether he is in samadhi or he is in action, like Vivekananda. He is in samadhi, Thousand Island Park, in samadhi, or he is talking, or he is walking, or he is giving sermon. It matters little for them. They are same. Therefore, 21st verse says, to impose the concept of self capital on the non-self is surely bondage. What is bondage? Imposing, here is Brahman, I am putting, it's a non-Brahman idea. That is called bondage. The destruction of the wrong understanding of the self is called liberation. When the liberation comes, see the thing in right perspective. This is all Satchidananda, this is all ocean. You need not have to say this wave is named John, this is called Jacob, that is called Mary, that is called this. You are naming all these things. It's all ocean. When that oneness idea comes, understanding comes, then he is free. It is all play, God's play. Then this ocean is playing with ocean itself. 22nd verse says on page 146, practically this visible universe does not exist. It does not exist for this. But how it exists? Mere semblance. It's just an appearance or as a false appearance. With this understanding, when the concept of reality in the object of perception has completely vanished from the mind, then only there arises the supreme bliss of liberation. When that supreme bliss will arise in the heart, when this understanding that the perceivable objects are not real, it is only Brahman, it is only the truth, then will be perfectly liberated. 23rd, we want to be liberated. Where to get liberation? This verse on page 148 says, 23rd, liberation is not in the above the sky. People say, after death I will go to heaven. Liberation is not in heaven, not in the sky. Or I will go to hell. There is no liberation in going to hell. Nor on the earthly plane here. But the peace or dissolution of the mind is achieved through the eradication of the worldly thirst is defined as liberation. What is liberation then? Destroy your desire for sense objects. Give up your thirst for searching peace and joy to the mundane things appearing in the world. If you can give up that, and then your mind sees that oneness everywhere, best you are liberated. You are free. And 24th verse, we are done. 24th verse on 150 page. Brahman alone is infinite, essential nature of consciousness and bliss. It is always the same one form, and it is bereft of all types of superimposition. This is the truth. Then what is bondage and what is liberation? So only truth is that there is only one truth, that is the infinite, and that infinite is Brahman, and it is of the nature. What is Brahman? Brahman is Satchidananda. It is existence, consciousness, and blissfulness. So, if you know, and all these names and forms are in superimposition, you have only misapprehended. You are seeing the water, but you are only seeing the ripples and waves, not seeing the water. You are seeing the ornaments, but you are not seeing the gold. So see God, see gold, and don't pay much attention to the design of the ornament. Everything is different. So that is liberation. What is liberation is. And 25th verse, the last verse, says, O Rama, as soon as the mind becomes playful or fickle, it enters into the state of bondage. When the mind becomes fickle and wants to play in the duality, then it is in bondage. Therefore, by the pacification of the mind or to the destruction of the mind, there remains only liberation and conscious self. So, what to do? Last verse says that you destroy your mind. You pamper your mind too much. We all pamper our mind. I know. It is my feeling. I understand. You understand your wrong understanding because you are giving too much value to your mind, which is a culprit of all these troubles in life. When the mind is strong, strong likes, strong dislikes. When mind becomes peaceful, peace comes from God only. Some oneness, idea of oneness, this Vedantic idea, that will give the freedom. So that is the end of the third chapter. We will then read next day how far we can do. Fourth chapter. Fourth chapter is also how many verses? Fourth chapter has about 25, 26 verses also. So we'll read that. But please take it because I'm recapitulating it again and again so that we can be little convinced about what we have read. We read for years, no? Now, to see in one chapter what it's talking about, what is Atman, how to be in that knowledge. He has not given too many points. Points are very simple. Don't see the duality, see the reality. And that reality is in you, this identity, Aham Brahmasmi. And whatever things are happening, take it like a passers-by. Just be observer. Don't get involved too much. At the time, whatever you have to do as a duty, do. And then let go. Because this is always changing. That's why it's mitha. It is not ultimate truth. Okay? So we end here today. Any question is there?
Yeah.
How can one experience world as a dream and identify with Atman at the same time? Please give practical advice. How can one experience world as dream and identify with Atman? Yes, it can be done in this way if we know that the same Atman, like Atman is the Satchidananda. Say, think of the ocean. That is the Atman. And Atman in the wave form. You can see the wave and feel that it is the same Atman. But you can forget the Atman and you can see the wave only. We are all seeing the wave only. Wave and its play. So it is dream. It is dream. World is a dream. We analyze. Tell me, when you will go to sleep this night, what will happen to this world? Will it not be a dream? Imagination. So it is dream. We have to be convinced by argument, analysis in our own self, and at the same time to understand that it is to be again and again thought of the Atman. I am seeing there is nothing but Atman. There is nothing but Brahman. And only we see in different costumes. That's why it's called God's play going on. So if you think in that way, then we can see the Atman. So again and again, the scriptures suggested don't look at the designs and formats. Look at the constituent item. As I gave the example, our scriptures give old timers. They give the idea like pitcher and other materials made of clay. So their shape and size is different. A glass made of earthen pitcher, earthen glass, earthen bowl. They may be different shape and size, but break it, it is only one. It is earth. It's the material is the earth material. Similarly, we get the example of what you call the cookies, animal cookies. Animals look so different, but the same. The item is the same. You taste it, an elephant, or you taste a jackal, or you taste a snake, or whatever you eat, the taste is the same. Only names and forms are different. So we will have to look at the constituent, that is Satchidananda. Look like this chapter 3 is giving the signs of a realized wise person. Are these the practice of spiritual seeker has to do? Like remain tranquil, unattached. Of course, yes. The question is that this chapter we read as if it is giving the example of a realized person, Jivan Mukta. Yes, these are so. Then what for us? Yes, we have to follow their principle. What they are spontaneously seeing, we should have to imbibe those attitude to see the world. And the Bhagavad Gita, it says, Jad Jad Acharati Shrestha Tatta Devo Itaro Jana. As the wise people behave, so the masses follow them. So whatever the spiritually wisdom enlightened people are experiencing, so similarly the same thing should be practiced by us. That means the tranquility they are talking about. They are talking about the detachment, unattached. Don't be attached to anything because these are all changing, changing, changing. Why you are getting attached so much? Because the thing you attached, that thing is gone. You that's why it is said that under the bridge the water has passed. The same, it is not the same water. You look at the bridge and you watch. Are you seeing the same water? That water is gone. So whatever in this life, this attachment, we should be detached, tranquil, remain tranquil. That practice should be maintained by us. Yes. Can you kindly guide regarding the dietary rules and restrictions for it? Yeah, that our Vedanta says that yes, dietary restriction for your spiritual aspirant is this much. Which food suits your health? Take that type of food which helps you to meditate, which disturbs your meditation, which disturbs your mental peace, makes you agitated. That is not good for a spiritual person. But we cannot generalize it for everyone. Huh? Someone may be vegetarian food, someone may be the non-veg, but everyone's constitution is different. That which does not obstruct your meditation, that does not become a bar to your prayers and practices. Which food makes your body feel soothed? Oh, I am a good food and I don't feel heavy, burdened. I don't feel sleepy after eating so much I have eaten. I have to go to sleep. Yeah, yeah. Of course, we need sleep, but that is not the point. That sattika food, that food is different for each one. But of course, vegetarian food or which non-exciting food, like if you take drinks, there are different drinks. If someone takes some beer or something like that, it will have a one reaction. With that mind, after drinking too much and you want to meditate, you know how your meditation will happen. So that diet is not for a spiritual person. Huh? But there may be some people who may find, yes, some people say ganja. Huh? Some people it may work for them, but not for me. So what is good for one person, what is not good for other, it is to describe. And it should not, your diet should not make you hazy. Your brain should be sharp. Eat whatever you like. Let your mind not be clouded by your food. And it does not confuse you about God. And it helps you. Body will feel cooperating with your meditation and prayer. So this is the general idea. Gita has suggested that, which says that sattika food is what? Which is pure, which is pleasing, which gives very nourishing to the body, fresh. Like those are the types of food Gita has said that is good food for spiritual seeker. But what that item, you can decide according to your health condition and your own practice. You can see what is helpful, what is not. Another question, does samskaras still persist after enlightenment? Samskaras do not remain after enlightenment because three types of karma create samskara. What is called the past karma, accumulated past. Accumulated past, our scripture says, sanchita karma. It's called accumulated past. I have accumulated for lives and lives and did so many things. I have a bundle of samskara, infinite number of desires inside. But this gone to the substratum. It's gone down. So that as soon as you realize God, that is cut from you. That has no effect. In this life, whatever someone has done up to the point of illumination, that is also nullified. Only their body remains. That is the impulse of the prarabdha, by which the body has started, this body. So that will be working, but he has no samskaras of the past. He will be behaving the same person because his body mind is a trajectory. You take a stone and throw in a trajectory. What happens? If it goes in the trajectory, it will go and drop at one point. Even if you realize God, that trajectory will not change. A person who is blind, after God realization, will not be a man of seeing the light like us with eyes open. Yeah? A miracle may happen, but that is not the sign of spirituality. So, yes, there is no samskaras excepting the prarabdha. How can I meditate on the Atman? Yeah, think of Atman is all pervaded, full of light and bliss, Satchidananda, like ocean of light. All the ripples and bubbles and forms, they are all light, 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 light. People meditate like that. And this book, what we read today, you have a copy, then you can find there are many verses where you can meditate on Atman. Yes. Thank you all.
Same question. Similar question.
কোথায় গেল? কোনটা? I was wondering if you could give me some direction about the best way to meditate on the Atman. Yeah. So we can talk privately. Best way, you got those who got the mantra initiation, just follow that. That's a good meditation. You don't need to do any other meditation. Your guru might have given you the meditate on the infinite ocean of light. That is your Atman meditation. And think whatever you are touching, that everything is melting into and becoming an ocean of light and consciousness. No? Don't see any material object, only see the light, 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 light. For us, that is the light, you can imagine the sun's light. When sunrise, think of the light, meditate that light is ever overwhelmingly everywhere and nothing but the light. Meditate. In your initiation time, probably your guru might have given those. So follow that type, that is your meditation on Atman. And chant the mantra along with it, maybe a symbol of that infinite ocean of light. So you can think that, That is your meditation on Atman. Okay? Okay. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. Now tomorrow 10:30, na? 10:30. 10:30 is the 10 o'clock is the meditation. Meditation class by Swami Sarvadevananda. And 7:30 will be gospel by Sarvadevananda. Okay?
The
Thank you.
title is stopping the mind chatter.
Oh, that is at 10:30, they will be stopping the chatter of the mind or
Yeah,
matter.
10 a.m.
10 a.m. Meditation. How you stop the chattering of the mind.
Yeah.
Those who are put the question about meditation, that will help you. Okay? Jai Ma. Thank you.
Yeah, I know.